Okay, I have to see how this looks because, yeah. Because when I tab in, it's gonna mess everything up, so. This is why a second monitor would be, like, really helpful, but it's fine. Because when I tab in, it's gonna mess everything up. Okay, I mean, that looks okay. It just looks kind of goofy, but it looks fine. It's just I need to definitely need to crop how I'm doing this here. So this needs to go. You know what I'm saying? Like, what? Does that work? Kind of works. Alright, when we tab, let's just see. I think it's gonna look a little goofy, but let's just see what it looks like. This is why I said. What? That's gonna look bad, I think. Alright, when we tab, let's just see. I think it's gonna look a little. Alright, yeah, it does look a little weird. I don't want it to take up the entire screen, I guess. How does that look? I don't want it to take up the entire screen, I guess. Um, it looks fine, I guess. It's kind of goofy because I feel like I'm like low key, like kind of off camera here, but I can't really do. Like, this is about as good as it's gonna get, I think. I could make this a bit bigger and raise this up a little bit. Let's see how that looks. But that's probably all I can do. Looks fine, I guess. It's kind of. Yeah, it's good enough. Alright, fuck it, let's go. Alright. When I press play. Oh, we already got one wrong. Alright, let's go again. We'll go again. Alright, but does this look good? Can we actually see what puzzle I'm on? Or is it kind of cut off? Yeah, it's good. Alright. When I press Alright, I guess let me just try to cover the ad though, and then we can kind of get to it. Let me see if that totally destroyed everything or if that works fine. And then we can finally get into it once we figure that one out. How does that look? Yeah, it looks fine. This is good. Alright, cool. And then once it becomes a situation where we need to see what puzzle we're on, that's fine. We can do that. Alright. So, first puzzle, pretty chill. Just take the free rook. First ones would be pretty easy. We just take the free rook again. Yep, easy peasy. And how's the sound on this? Alright. So, first puzzle, pretty chill. Yeah, okay, it sounds fine. It's a good sound. Here we have checkmate. Cool. Again, check, and then mate. Mate. pretty easy puzzles to start off here. You know, usually they're just mating puzzles. Let's make a queen. Checkmate. Is this mate? Yes, it is. Here we have mate. It's complicated, but yeah. Check, I want to say, right? And then if they block, it's mate, and if they go here, then we have mate as well. So that should just be checkmate. Cool. Let's go mate. Take, push, 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 and the whole point is that we promote with, and we defend the square. So that's what's up with that. Here I think we just have a nice mate in one. Everything is taken, so it should just be mate. Here maybe we have this check here. Then we have takes and then takes. So that's pretty nice. I mean, check is very close to being mate. If he goes here, he gets mated. Check, he can come up though. But then maybe we have check. And that's kind of it, yeah. He has to come up and then this is just mate. Okay, or he goes down and also gets mated. Alright, here we have this discovery winning the rook. So that's nice. Here we can win the rook. He's going to push, and then we have this very nice rook move all the way back. Didn't even make us play the move, which is interesting. Here we have check. He has to go here. Check. He takes. Is that actually the puzzle? I'm trying to think. We're not up material if we do it that way. Check. Here. What am I missing? Takes and here. And then we need one more good move there. The puzzle can't end there. Honestly, not entirely sure. It kind of has to start with check, but I don't really want to guess moves here. Check here. Takes, and then here. And then there has to be a move that I'm kind of just missing here. Because we're not up material in this position. We're not up material if we fork. Okay, so I saw that we had check, right? So at the end of this line, we fork, take, we have this bishop check. He doesn't have to take. That's what gave me pause. He can go here, but then we slide in with the bishop, right? So the point is, our bishop's here, his king's here. If he takes, okay, if he takes, we just take his rook, right? Because this is that rook. And if he goes back, then we go bishop h2. And then he either has to take it or go here. He can't run away because our rook is here. And then we'll win this rook. Nice. Yeah, it took me a second to find that idea, but once we saw it, we're good. Here, I think we just have a very simple fork. Not much to say. Cool. Check looks like it's going to lead to something. Here, and then like here or something is mate in like 2 moves. Nice. Okay. That is a free queen. Let's take it. Okay, here we have check. If they go here, we go check. And if they go here, if they go there, then what? What do we do? Almost definitely check. I'm just trying to figure out what the win is. Check here. and then check. They have to go here. It's forced. And then check. Oh, nice. Wow. Okay, that's not obvious at all. But I think I calculated correctly. Yep, I did. Okay. Here we have a pretty nice move. If we take, the problem is the rook takes and there's no tactic. Also, they're threatening this very nasty discovered check. When we take, they'll take our rook, so that's bad. But we have this move f5. So first of all, f5 attacks the knight, and if the knight moves, we can take the rook. And also, f5 defends our rook. So if they play this nasty check, now we can just take it, because our rook's no longer hanging. So I think f5 just wins material here. Nice. Here we can sack the rook. When they take, we have this nice idea, winning the rook. Cool. Do we sack the queen here? I feel like this is a pretty difficult 1700 puzzle, but I think we sack the queen and then go checkmate. I don't see a problem. I'm working on kind of just trusting my calculation. It looks like a mate in 2 here. I'm just going to play it. I believe I'm right. I am. Here we can go check, takes here, and then we take the opposition, and this is a winning rook pawn endgame. Cool. Alright, this is interesting. Our opponent is threatening to take our rook. Obviously, the first move we're going to look at is a check. Yeah, and then once they block with anything, we just check, and then it's mate in a few. Just give me 1 second, sorry. But yeah, I'm pretty sure in this position, this is just it. Sorry, I'm just doing something. Beep bop boop, beep bop boop, bop bop beep beep bop bop boop. Okay. Oh, interesting. Okay. Alright, yeah. So check, if they move their king or if they block, it's mate in 1. If they block this way, it's also mate in 1. If they block this way, they have to block and it's mate in 2. So it looks like no matter what, they're getting mated in a few moves here. Okay. Huge pressure here. Just in a regular position, like not even this position, just even if I didn't know it was a puzzle, I'd be inclined to take the queen. Because I'm about to get checkmated. We can take here first though, right? So if you know, because it is a check, right? So we should always look to see if we can play a check first. And in this position, after check, the king is completely cut off. Only has 1 square. It can only go here. So check, the king is forced here. But you'll notice when the king and the queen are aligned like this, we usually have a nice fork, which we do here. And then the question is, how do we take the queen? Probably with the knight, right? If we take with the queen, then they just trade, and that's not good. But this wins a queen, so that's why it's better. Okay. I was looking for some discoveries, but I don't think there are any. Sacking the rook doesn't really seem like it wins any material either. This one's confusing me a little bit, I'll be honest. I will be honest with you. I think it has to be something like rook f5. The immediate sack, I don't see how the immediate sack works after takes. I do not see a follow-up. So rook f5, queen has 1 square. right? So that's a reason this would be a good idea, because the queen only has one square, so it's very forcing. But then, what exactly is the follow-up? We could go here, and then the queen actually has to go back here, right? Because if they go here, then we have a discovered to win the queen. So this is all forced. Rook f5, the queen goes here. Rook g5, the queen has to go back here. No, not there. Has to go f4. And then perhaps rook f8. And then we're going to win the bishop, I guess, because the queen's going to run away. I think I can trust my calculation here. Yeah, it's good enough. Again, always looking for checks. We have this very nasty check on the back rank. If the king goes here, it's checkmate. If the king goes here, if the king goes there, then what? Then I don't know. I mean, I'm fairly certain it's this because there's a lot of pressure here. So I'm not worried about this not being the right move. I just don't know what to do after some moves. Because I still need to, contend with these two moves. So check if they go here. We have to have a good move there. We have to have a good move here. And if we don't, we're in trouble. We're not down material, but we're about to like lose this knight. So it needs to be pretty forcing stuff here, or else we're just gonna get messed up here. Oh, it could be takes at the right moment. Oh shoot, yeah, no. Check, and then for sure we have some pawn checks here. This is just mate. Okay, so that's good. So I was missing mate in one for a while there. And then if they block, then takes. Then they go here, and then this is mate. Okay, nice. Alright, so that's it. I'm not trolling, right? Like, this is actually unironically it. Yeah, okay. Cool. Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. This is a funny puzzle. I'm kind of surprised this is number 37, I'll be honest with you. I'm not totally clear on why they put this one here, but yeah, the win is pretty straightforward here. I don't know. Okay, again, not entirely clear. I guess the point is that they can block. They can block. And then we're in trouble. So they can block. Okay. That is a problem. I guess we can go here. I think so. I think that's probably the entire puzzle. Like, in a real game, it's not at all obvious that you're not getting trapped, but I think that's the entire puzzle. Okay. Now, I think the point is that you cannot get greedy and take this. Because then... Well, I guess we have to calculate it, right? So, queen takes a7, rook a8. You go back. They just keep going back and forth forever. Because your queen can't escape, because you want to escape like this, but this is cut off. But doing this makes it so he can't actually attack you again. So you just get out of there. Cool. Here, I think we just have check. If they block, it's mate. If they move, it's just check and then mate. So that's pretty easy as well. Nice. I mean, like, you're kind of inclined to play rook check here. And then I guess this is the move. Obviously, the move you want to play. Check here, the move I want to play is this. But after they go here, I don't actually see a mate. But if we play check, they go here, and then we play check. Now they're in trouble. Now if they go down, it's mate. And I think this is forced. I don't see a way out of this one. There isn't one. Nice. Okay. Just take, I guess. We're not really up material. Takes here. Oh, we can take. Oops. Yeah, because their queen is hanging. Okay, so then how do we win material here? Because we're still not winning material yet. So I really kind of rushed this. I shouldn't have rushed like I just did. Oh, we have check. That's pretty nasty. Yeah, it's just check. That's nice. That's a nice tactic. Here, I suspect that we either have a rook check or we can push. Yeah, push looks pretty strong. The only problem with push, the only thing to look at is if rook takes. Right? Because the point is if the king moves anywhere, we just take. So that's simple. So this is why we like checks. It just minimizes the amount of moves we have to look at. So pawn check, rook takes is again the only interesting move. And then I believe in that position, the reason that's interesting is because now if we take, they take our rook. But I believe we have rook check. And then there's really no way to stop us from winning this. Nice. Okay. First thing I see is this check-check motif. But we could also check, right? Because this is a position where the white king is very, very exposed. The reason we might prefer this is because the king can't run. If we play this, the king can run. This, the king has to go, yeah, it has to go down, which is very uncomfortable. That being said, I don't see a follow-up after that. Oh. Yeah, these are both forcing. The problem with this, again, is that he goes here, and I honestly don't see the next move. This check forces him here, right? There's no conversation. But then what, though, right? Like, and then... And then I don't know. I really don't know after that. Check.